This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. So today we'll discuss about what is SAP SD and how to get into the SAP industry, what is industry requirement, what industry is expecting today, and what was the takeaway of this training, what all you'll be getting in this training. So this all we'll be discussing today. Okay. So to start with this training, we are discussing about the sales and distribution, SAP sales and distribution, and we'll discuss about what is ECC, what is EHP, and we'll also discuss and make a comparison of what is S4HANA and whether you have to upgrade to S4HANA or not. Right. So this all we'll be discussing for today. Okay. And I'll take you through what happened in the industry and how was the market now. So first to start with, let's try to understand what is SAP. SAP is a ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning. That's an application which will help the organizations to grow and run. So usually when the organizations are small, we could even maintain data in Excel also, right? In Excel sheet also we could use productivity. But when the organization grows really very big, so it's not possible to maintain either in a small applications or a Excel. So we need some application which is sophisticated to handle all the organizational needs seamlessly. Because a decision in one department, let's say in finance department, will have impact on the department of the organization. If finance department decide to cut down the expenses, so they will cut down the marketing expenses, they will cut down the hiring expenses. So like there will be impact on every department of the organization, right? Or if the business has taken a decision to grow 10% in the next 1 year, so only one department cannot work or achieve that goal of 10%, right? So all the departments in the organization. So HR first finance release budget so that HR can recruit people. Then department can put some sales plan, right? So there should be a coordination between all the departments in the organization so that they can work to a common goal, whatever the organization requirement is. So how that is possible? That is possible through a ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning. So when it comes to SAP ERP, the product version, we call it as ECC. SAP's ERP, the product version is ECC. That is Enterprise Central Component. So whatever we say, departments in the business, finance department, HR department, sales department, purchasing, like this. These departments in SAP, we call them as modules. So sales is called as SD module. Finance department is called as FI. Purchasing inventory is called as HR, QM quality management, WM warehouse management, so on and so forth. SAP has close to 100 plus modules, right? And there is a seamless integration between these all modules. In SAP, the modules are of two types. One is functional and one is technical. So these all are functional. SD is a functional module. No programming, zero programming. Okay. So everything is functional. We just work on the screens, configurations, customizations, settings. And there is a technical modules like your ABAP or BI, BODS, BW. These all are technical modules. They work with program queries. So these are the two kinds of different modules what we have in SD. SAP, that is functional and technical. So we are a functional consultant. SD is complete functional. I'll just show you like what exactly the activity would be when I say functional, right? So in SAP ERP, the version is ECC, and these are called as modules, and we are learning SD module. The present to today's version, what we are learning is ECC 6 and EHP 7. ECC 6 and EHP 7. This is the version what we are learning. So ECC is Enterprise Central Component and the EHP is Enhancement Package. EHP means Enhancement Package. So you could see this ECC 6 with EHP 7. 8 is also available, but we don't need that 8. So what exactly these versions is? So we'll start learning right from the inception of SAP so that we'll have a better understanding what happened 5 years back, what happened 15 years back, what happened 40 years back, right? So right from the inception, let's try to understand how SAP has grown and what SAP is today and what is the purpose why SAP has come up with a new innovation. Because when you're in the industry, it's not that you cannot say, I'm in 2022 or 23, I don't need to know what happened in the past. If you are in 23, you should know at least plus or minus 5 years. That means what happened until 2017 and what's going to happen for the next another 5 years. So you should have some vision to the forward, what's going to happen. At the same time, you should also know how the changes or evolvement happened in the last 5 years or 10 years, right? So let me take you through uh, the right from the inception how SAP has grown, what versions they have, and what is the compulsion for SAP to come with a new innovation, and what was clients thinking about. So why a new business suite? Okay, we'll come to that later. Why a new business suite? But first, let's try to understand the inception of SAP right from the day one. So SAP was founded by five ex-IBM employees in 1972. It's been more than 40 years it's in existence. But SAP has got a breakthrough when they introduced a product called as R2 in 1979, which is mainly on the mainframe system. And you could see the number of employees and customers majorly focused only in the Europe because it's a German company. The next benchmark product for this SAP is only in 1992. After 79, the first version, which is a mainframe standalone system, the next breakthrough product is only in 1992, and it's called as R3. Real-time three-tier architecture. R3 is nothing but real-time three-tier architecture. Even today also we follow this architecture, which is mostly a client-server based architecture. And you could see the massive growth. From 60 employees, it has grown to 3,200 employees. From 50 customers, it has grown to 2,800 customers and operations in 35 countries. So we all talk about SAP. SAP is big, really big company, right? But is SAP only the ERP in the market? Anyone? Is any other ERP available in the market? There are tons of
Yes.
ERPs, not right?
Yes.
Yeah. So not only SAP, there are tons of ERPs. Are there Oracle, PeopleSoft, Salesforce, Pega, Orain, tons of ERPs.
Ban.
A small ban, JD Edwards. Right from the small scale to very big like ERP, there are many ERPs are available. But why the craze for SAP? Or why you see such a massive growth for SAP from 2008? You see the customers in 1999, that means just in hardly 8 years, you see the fold 2,815 and today in 2015 it ran into almost 200,000, quarter million, right? So why is so much of like a craze for this SAP? Why can't like other ERPs the same? So to better understand this, one question that is, have you seen anyone leaving SAP and going to a new technology like Oracle or PeopleSoft or anything else? Have you seen anyone coming out of SAP and learning something else like Salesforce or PeopleSoft or Oracle and something?
No, Praveen.
Very rarely,
No.
right? Yeah, you don't even see them. But have you seen people coming from Oracle, PeopleSoft, Salesforce, leaving and coming to SAP? Tons
Yes.
of people. Tons. I trained tons of people coming from these ERPs to SAP, right? Why? So SAP also has some hiccups, like SAP is not so good at CRM. If any CRM consultant, past you worked in any CRM?
No.
No? Yeah. Usually, if anyone from CRM, they will be easily knowing like how like they have struggled in the career when they choose an SAP CRM, right? Likewise, yeah, can you please mute everyone? As I mentioned, once you answer, please mute yourself. Because when you watch this video later for revision, you will be irritated by that background noises. Please mute. Guess, yeah. Okay. So we usually don't see anyone coming out of SAP and learning that, but there are still, as I told you, there are a couple of areas where people want to come out of SAP and learn. Like you take PeopleSoft. When I say PeopleSoft, what comes into your mind? Anyone? If you have an idea about the ERPs, PeopleSoft is majorly about HCM, that is HR module. If I say Salesforce, CRM will come into mind. If I say Oracle, what comes into your mind? Anyone? If it is Oracle, either Oracle database or Oracle Financials, right? So that means these ERPs are good, but they are majorly very good at certain areas, not at all the areas. But SAP is seamlessly very good at all these areas. Okay, and SAP programming also is pretty easy actually. So in 1992, they have come up with the R3 product, which is client server, and if you see, the complete programs has been rewritten. It is a complete new code line. The programs has been completely rewritten. Then SAP has come up with version, a couple of versions like R3. Then they have come up with like 2, 3, 4, 4.6, 4.6C, 4.7, ECC 5. Then later they have come up with ECC 6 in 2006. In 2006, what are the version we are learning today that is released in 2006? But what SAP is doing since then? Why can't SAP come up with ECC 7 or 8 or 10, 11, 20? Never. SAP has stopped releasing the ECC versions to ECC 6. And they are releasing EHPs, that is nothing but patches, enhancement packages. And today, enhancement package 8 is available, as I told you, 1, 2, 3, 4. We are learning on 7. 7 is most stable version. So ECC 6, EHP 8. So since 1992, after the R3, SAP was just adding the functionalities and releasing the new versions. But you see, there is nothing like new programs rewritten. So this system is totally burdened with the new functionalities, tons of functionalities. And this system is not ready to take any new functionality. And also, there are complaints from customers saying that SAP is slow. Okay, SAP is slow. That is one complaint. SAP is not good at analytics. Even though SAP is having analytical module like BW, Business Warehouse, but there is a complaint. SAP is not good at reporting. Obviously, it's not good at that reporting. Or else, there are much better reporting available in the market, but like cheaper price or better price. Much better option is available. Okay. So our cloud options are available nowadays, like cloud reporting. So there are many things what SAP has to look for the new version, right? So the first thing is SAP is not having its own database. So customers complain saying that SAP is slow, right? But why SAP is slow? SAP is not having its own database because this R3 structure, if we closely look into this R3 structure, there is a presentation layer, there is an application layer where actually the program's SAP is sitting, and there is database layer. SAP never owned its own database. SAP was dependent upon third-party databases like Oracle, or there are many other databases like D2K and many other, right? So let's try to understand with a small analogy what's went wrong here in the R3. So let's say we have 1 billion records in this database and we want to find out some 10 records out of this database. So the query has taken 2 seconds and 2 seconds. So system has taken 1 hour to search for the data, and the data has been given to application, calculation is done, and the results is given to the presentation layer. Let's say 2 seconds and 2 seconds. So this total transaction is 1 hour 8 seconds. Out of this total 1 hour 8 second transaction, where SAP has spent lots of time here in this transaction, the majority of the time is spent in searching for the data in the database. But database is not owned by SAP. That means where SAP has to really work, is it adding the new functionalities or having its own database? There's no purpose adding stuffing the system with new functionalities, right? Unless until it cannot handle the volume. So SAP really badly needs a database, right? And the other issue is also like analytics. SAP is not good at analytics. So why SAP is not good at analytics? Because the architecture or the landscape is something like this. We have OLTP system, that is nothing but our ERP system, online transaction processing system, here where we do the transactions like orders, credit memo, debit memo, deliveries, billing, everything. And we have OLAP system, online analytical processing system. This is nothing but SAP's BW system, reporting system. And this is the ECC system or ERP system. And so in the landscape, these are two different systems actually. And if you want to do reporting, you need data, right? You may have queries, but you need data. But where is the data? Data is in the ECC system. So how do we get that data into the BW system? They are connected through ETLs. There are a couple of ETL tools. Informatica is one example for ETL. Extraction, transformation, and loading. Extraction, transformation, and loading. There's a ETL. So there are ETL tools which will be helping to get the data from the ECC system and load into the BW system. So what is the issue here? Data redundancy. Same data you are loading onto OLAP, duplication, and delay in the data, because unless until you save the data here, your BW cannot access the data, right? So delay in the data, and there is also latency lost in extracting and loading. There is a latency lost. So always the reports generated in the BW are a post-mortem reports. They are not real time because first the data has to be saved here and then extract, transfer, and load. And this ETL extract, transfer, load, we don't do it seamlessly. We may do it in batch, maybe every 1 hour, every 30 minutes. It depends upon the business, right? So delay in the reports. And also, at least for SD, we don't have this issue, but it is for MM and FI. They'll have lots of month-end closing activities, year-end closing activities. They have many lengthy background activities, right? So to handle all these things, whatever the existing application is there, the ERP, it is not that much of capable to handle. So what SAP was doing is SAP was releasing modules for different functionality. You need import, export, and compliance, go for GTS. You need warehouse management, there is a WM module, transportation module, APO. Like this SAP CRM, customer service. You need advanced credit or financial handling, then you go for FSCM, financial supply chain. Like this SAP was releasing modules, and as I told you, there are 100 plus of modules which are integrated with this ERP system. So hundreds of integrations in the landscape. Too many systems, right? So even then, the ERP is not still capable of handling everything because this R3, which is later matured and evolved as a ECC over the time, which was developed with the resource what is available in the early 80s or 90s. You know what is the network capabilities at that time. You know what is the hardware capability, software capability, hard drives, processors at that time, right? So it's now more able to handle the volumes. And the second thing is, if you see in the last 15 years, the technology explosion, there is blockchain, there is big data, there is cloud computing, there is IoT. Many new technologies has come up, right? So SAP need to sync with that because today orders are not just created in the office, right? Orders are even created at the remote location. So you need to have that handheld device, right? The point of sale system, there might be some handheld device with which we create an order. That means there should be IoT integration happen, right? So how this all happens? So whatever the existing system is there, ECC, this is not ready to take up the functionality because of the database. So SAP needs some new system for this. That's where SAP has started working on its own database, and early in 2010 they have conceived its own database called as HANA. HANA is a database. And there used to be a confusion in the industry early 2015. So like you can see, after 1992, the complete programs has been rewritten only in 2015, right? So in 2010, the chronology is like in 2010, SAP has come up with HANA, which is a database, and first tried and tested on BW because that's very important, right? And there is a complaint like there is like not good reporting. So this was first tried and tested on BW. So there used to be confusion in the industry. What is HANA? Whether it's a database or it is a reporting tool. But later, when they have come up with S4 HANA, it was clear for everyone that this is a database. HANA, the acronym of HANA is a high performance analytical appliance. High performance analytical appliance. When I say appliance, appliance is physical, right? It's a hardware. That means if a customer is going for HANA, it's not just they buy license from SAP, just a database license. They need that particular sophisticated hardware to run it because the minimum RAM we need to run HANA is 128 GB. The minimum is 128 GB, where you could scale it to 12 terabyte. Why we say today it's so fast? Very fast, not so fast. 1800 times fast than the traditional databases. HANA is 1800 times faster than the traditional database because we can scale it up to 12 tera. When I say 12 terabyte, that is processor I'm talking about, RAM, not about the hard drive. RAM itself is, we can scale it into terabytes. To that level you can take today HANA, right? So this is how the evaluation happened. So SAP has come up with a database. First tried it on the BW, very success. Then 2013, they have tried it on ERP. That is what this SOH, Suite on HANA. So what is this Suite on HANA? Okay, now SAP has a new database, right? So what they have done then is The ECC, whatever we have, they tried this ECC on HANA database because until then it was on some third-party databases, right? But ECC, they have mounted it on the HANA database, which we call the product as SOH, Suite on HANA, ERP Suite on HANA. This is good, but what is wrong with this? Because it could not take the complete potential. What is wrong here? Database is fresh, new, but the programs are the same, right? The programs are the same 100,000 lines of junk programs because SAP has not rewritten any programs in 1992. So that's where in 2015, SAP has come up with a new version or new innovation called as S4 HANA Enterprise Management. They have come up with S4 HANA Enterprise Management where they have rewritten the complete programs and the database is obviously new, fresh, no index tables, no aggregates. Okay, so database is fresh and they have completely rewritten the programs as well and introduced a new innovation product called as S4 HANA Enterprise Management, where there is only one server. In ECC, it is a distributed landscape. We'll discuss tomorrow what is landscape. So in ECC, it's a distributed landscape. That means we have ECC system as a backend, and front end you could have tons of systems. It could be CRM, it could be GTS, it could be TM, WM, IS retail, IS oil, IS gas, anything. Tons of systems we can have, right? But today we don't have the distributed landscape. Not only the new dimensional modules are industry specific modules, even the ERPs as well. Because very small, simple example. In one car, how many spare parts would be there in a car? Like how many components make up one car? Any idea? Anyone? So to build one car, how many components we need? Like tires, battery, seats, like this, lights, pump. To build one car, we need 40,000 components. In one car, there will be close to 40,000 components. If Tata Motors is planning to build 1,000 cars, how many components they need? A very big number, right? If you run this in the system, if you do the planning, let me check whether I have this many components available in my warehouse or not. If I run this in the system, what happens? It will never return the result. System will crash. We will be hearing, right? Some on sale, Flipkart server is down or server crash. Why the server will crash? Because of volume. Because every server will have some limit of handling volumes. So it cannot handle beyond that and server will crash. Crash in the sense it will not give any result. Okay, it will go blank. So usually in the airline industry, what they do is because just like a car, you take an aeroplane. How many components make up one aeroplane? Close to 4 lakhs. In one aeroplane, there will be 4 lakh components. If Boeing is manufacturing some 10 aeroplanes, then they need 4 million components. Okay, let me check whether I have these 4 million components available in my warehouse or not. If I run it, what happens? System will crash. It cannot never get the result. So usually what these airline industries do is every component they'll have a separate server. Seats they will run in one server. Lights they'll run in another server. Wires like this they'll have multiple servers. Sometimes they can have 100 servers, 150 servers, 200 servers. Every component they'll run in different so that it could handle the volume. But today you don't need this. Today you don't need this. One single system, one server is enough to handle 10 times then this volume. Even 10 times this volume a single server can handle because as I told you, You can scale your server today to even 12 terabyte or more than that also, right? So that is the reason today we don't have any distributed landscape in S4 HANA in the new version. One single system which is called as S4 HANA. Every module is here. That is your ERP is here, your new dimensional modules, your industry specific modules, your technical modules, and your cloud modules hybrid integration is available. Everything is on a single system. And this was introduced in 2015. So what is a roadmap? After introducing of S4 HANA, what is the roadmap? That is, SAP is going to sundown this particular ECC by 2025. Okay, so this ECC will be sunset by 2025, and from there onwards, there will be only one application, that is S4 HANA Enterprise Management. So when SAP introduced this particular S4 HANA in 2015, since then we have S4 HANA and ECC parallelly going. That means already there are customers, right, on the ECC. If they wish, they can migrate or upgrade to the S4 HANA. So today version is 2022 available, almost 7 versions. Majority customers has migrated. There are many more customers are available because see, we are talking about ECC today, right? ECC. But you know, there are customers still on the very old version, 4, 4.6, 4.6C. Customers are, you see, this is one requirement which we worked on. You can see this project is on 17/3/2022. That is March last year. Very hardly 1 year. But you see, this customer is still in 4.6C. Not even on the ECC. 4.6C. So customers are not so excited like us to see if we have a notification on our mobile, a new version is available. What you do? Anyone? Will you delay? If Android or iOS sends some saying that a new version is available, what we do? Immediately we click on install, right? But businesses will not be so excited to upgrade because there will be lots of implications. So, like as SAP is excited and releasing versions, customers are not so excited. There are many customers available still working on very old versions like this. Now we need to migrate. The requirement is for migration to S4 HANA, this client, right? So there are customers who are on ECC and has been migrated and still migrating to S4 HANA. They're upgrading to S4 HANA, and SAP has given a roadmap that by 2025 we'll sundown this particular ECC. That means up to 2025 there is no ECC implementations from 2017. After SAP introduced this S4 HANA in 2015, there is no ECC implementations. Whatever ECC available, that is only support. SAP is only supporting the existing customers. And 2025 will be the last date to support, and there will not be any ECC from then onwards. All the customers should migrate to S4 by 2025. That's the roadmap what SAP has given. Customers already started migrating from 2019, that is 1909 version, which is very stable. 1809, 1909, they have already started migrating, and many customers are migrated. There are still majority customers are there who has to migrate to S4 HANA. And from 2025, it will be only S4 HANA. There is no ECC. So if it is in the ECC, we call it as modules, SD module. In S4 HANA, we call it as sales. In S4 HANA, we don't call it as modules. In S4 HANA, we call it as LOBs, line of businesses. And there are 29 line of businesses available as of date in S4 HANA. SD is sales. MM is called as sourcing and procurement. FI is called as central finance. PP module, production planning, is called as manufacturing. Then there is APO, one more module called as IBP, integrated business planning. Like this, SAP has come up with some total 29 LOBs. So today, you get into the industry as a SAP consultant, you will be called as sales consultant, S4 HANA sales, right? I hope now you understood, right? What is the transition happened in the last 10 years? SAP has come up with a new version. So as I told you, going forward, there will be only S4 HANA, no ECC, right? ECC is almost dead, right? Hardly 2 years. Today is 2023. Another 2 years, ECC is going to be completely dead. You will not even see the ECC system, right? Then why you need to learn SD, ECC? Why can't you directly learn S4 HANA? What is a waste of time and money, right? But you cannot do that because, as I told you, as of date, there are still migration projects going on. If you are in a migration project, you should know, right, what is there in the ECC so that you can migrate. Or else, if they put you into SD support project today, then how will you support? If you directly learn S4 HANA, how will you support ECC? Because another 2 years there are projects, right? So for that reason, you cannot directly learn S4 HANA. You need, and at the same time, you cannot just keep quiet learning only SD without updating to S4 HANA because you don't know in which project they put you today once you get into project, right? They may put you into S4 HANA or they may put you into SD project. And as I told you, it's been a long time. S4 HANA was introduced in 2015 and today 2022, almost 7 versions are available in the market and certified consultants are also available in the market. There's no purpose for any business to hire a SD consultant without S4. There's no purpose, right? When certified consultants are available in the market at the same cost, then what is the purpose to hire only SD consultant? There is no reason. So today, if you want to make a career in SAP, not only for SD module, MM, PP, FI, QM, WM, any module it is. If you want to make a career into SAP, you need to know both ECC and S4 HANA. If you are going only with ECC, let's say, okay, let me give a try. I'll learn only SD. Your profiles will not be shortlisted. You finished your training, you learned SD in and out, you uploaded your resume, but you don't get calls. Why? You don't get shortlist because the industry requirement is today S4 HANA, but you have not upgraded. And if you don't upgrade as well, see, that shows your like resistance to change, right? If something new comes in the software industry, you have to upgrade. You need to update yourself. If you are not updating means you are not achiever, right? So why would anyone call only SD guy or only ECC person? No purpose. Because it's been 7 years and you are working in the industry, and if you say you have not upgraded to S4, that means either you are not interested in working, or else you don't know what's happened in the industry, right? So this is what the transition happened in the industry. So everyone, if you want to make a career today, it is SD plus S4 HANA. Okay. Why can't I include S4 HANA into SD? Why can't we have a single training? Because as I told you, S4 HANA is for upgradation for already working SD consultants, delivery managers, project managers, senior consultants. These kind of people will be attending this training. I cannot merge that kind of training with SD. So that's a separate. Not with me, nowhere, nobody is teaching one single training today. Not possible actually, one single training, because as I told you, there are still migration projects in the market. So you need to know both. Maybe late 2024, we will not have these two trainings, only one. S/4HANA. That's it, right? So that is the roadmap for you. Today, you want to get into SAP career, do both SD plus S/4HANA. If you want to do only SD, you may give a try, but I'll be helpless when it comes to like recruitments. I'll be helpless because you will not be getting shortlisted. And if you ask me a question, I uploaded my resume, it's been 10 days or 15 days. I have not received even a single call. What is wrong with my profile? I'll be helpless because industry requirement is S4. I have seen hundreds of samples like this because people just want to give try with SD first. Let us see why to spend that extra money on S4 HANA. But once they upload a resume, then they realize and come back to me saying that Praveen, everyone is asking about S4 HANA. So what shall I do? Do you want me to start S4 HANA? Obviously. And whenever you start S4 HANA learning, it will take 2 months, and your precious time is going away because SAP careers, like SAP is a seasonal job. You'll find SAP openings only from March to May, March, April, May. The second season you will see from September to November. This is the very good hiring season. In between, you may find one or two jobs, but very hard. But this hiring season, have anyone seen a video which I uploaded of my 2022 testimonials? I uploaded one video on YouTube channel. Did anyone watch that video? Maybe if you get some time, you can look into that video. So majority of the testimonials there say that got two offer letter, three offer letter, five offer letters. So how come it is possible? If you're going in season, that is the possibility. You'll have lots of options, choices. Because I'll tell you a simple example. There is a lady from Pune who got an opportunity. One is in L&T Pune and some other company in Bangalore. This Bangalore company, that's also a very big company. I hope PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers, they are offering 16 lakhs package in Bangalore. L&T Pune, they are offering only 10 lakhs. She belongs to Pune actually. Now, what do you say, anyone? Which opportunity to choose out of these two? Anyone? What is the best to choose out of these two?
Bangalore.
Bangalore.
Right? But
Pune.
this is the best option. You know, even that 6 lakhs extra is nothing in Bangalore. And she need to leave her family. She's married. She need to leave her family and go to Bangalore. Stay in PG, spend money, and you know the traffic and everything comes, right? But here, hardly her office is 4 kilometers from her home. She's not relocating. She's with her family, and she into SAP job. So obviously, she has chosen L&T rather than this 16 lakhs package. So sometimes you need choice, either location choice or package. Okay, because you already might be working somewhere, you are settled, your kids are in school. It's not that easy for you to relocate from Delhi to Chennai. It's not that easy, or it's not it is not easy for someone to relocate from Bangalore to Kolkata. Not that easy when you have kids and you have families and this thing, right? So you need choice. It's not about getting only into the career. You should also make like you need to have this choice, negotiations. When you'll have this kind of negotiation, when you have two, three offer letters, you can put down on the table and you can tell them, I have another two offers. Either give me best joining bonus. You also see that testimonial video. You will see people like negotiating 2 lakh 50,000 joining bonuses. They negotiate joining bonuses. And see, whatever I'm saying here, that is 4 years experience. I'm talking about 4 years experience. I'm talking about. So when I say 4 years, you know, right? What is that 4 years? I don't want to take the term. And I also want to clarify that for you. So this is the video I just put on 2 weeks back. So in this video, you'll be seeing, just watch that to give two things. One is to give you the confidence. And when you watch these testimonials, you will also know how the market is working. Okay, how the market is working. That means what is the market requirement today and what they are really expecting, how the offers are, what the package they are offering. Because everybody will text me, right? I got this much of offer, I got this offer in so and so company, right? So you will know the trend as well. Okay, you'll know the trend. Okay, what's the package you can expect? Because whatever I say, you don't need to blindly follow, right? You need to do your market research as well. So this training is equivalent or more than 4+ years of real-time experience. That means once you're done with your this training, you will be at a par with any industry consultant of 4 years. You can expect a package of 12 to 15 lakhs, right? So when can you achieve this? SD plus S4 HANA. When I say SD today, so you could see like two more offers. You see here, one is US MNC and one is one other company. I This is interesting testimonial because you see here, this guy texted me, I got an offer so and so at 10:36. At 11:26, I replied him, congratulations. At 11:27, again he texted me saying that today at 10 a.m. I cracked one more interview. Right? On the same day, he cracked one more interview. Right? So by seeing these testimonials, you'll get one idea, that is which companies, what package they are getting, and how they're talking about the offers, the market. Okay, so if you see the earlier testimonial, someone was saying that all the questions was from the training, right? So just to give you an idea and some confidence, you could see 12 lakh package, 11 lakh, and yeah, all questions are from your study material, right? So that's how you'll be knowing. You say 100% high. These are only hardly 30-40% of testimonials what I'm accessible I can just take it, and you could see, you see, three offers. You see, any testimonial, it will be one offer, three offer, four offer, something like this. Selected an Accenture. So when you'll have this kind of, you see, again, here also two offers, entity data, two offers, TCS and Infosys. Right? Again, this is IBM entity data. So it's not just getting a job. You'll get a job. But what is the purpose of getting a job with 8 lakhs and going to Kolkata if you are from Bangalore? Or if you are from Kolkata, what is the purpose going to Bangalore? Right? So there is no purpose. So when you'll have this bargaining power to negotiate the location, package, joining bonus, only when you have two, three, four offers, right? So that is what this training will give you. And these testimonials are very latest testimonials, 2022. Okay, very latest one, 2022. So 32 lakh package in Deloitte. These are exceptional. Everybody don't get this kind of 22 lakhs kind of thing, exceptional, right? So what you could expect out of this training is this. Okay. So you could easily get it. I cracked four interviews. And you see the confidence, for sure I will receive offers. So keep in mind one thing, you are enrolling to this training not only to get a job. There is no purpose, right? See, there are some people who say that, Praveen, just get me a job. I'll work for free for 6 months. Or even 5 lakh, 6 lakh package is also enough for me because I want to change my domain. First, I want to get out of this and I want a new job. Why you want to undersell? Right? Why you want to undersell? Because if you are earning 10 lakh package today and you got a 6 lakh package, do you think can you survive? No. That 4 lakh burden will be tons comparing to your new offer. So don't undersell. SAP job is not so easy that okay, even though you get a lesser package, you will go and work. No, right? So you should be so confident like this. You see, I cracked four interviews and for sure I will receive offer. To that level you have to go. Don't undersell yourself for any offer like a fresher job or a lesser package. You don't need to, because the industry standard is 12 to 14 lakhs. When you don't know the industry standard, then only you will understand. Okay, so don't do that. So you could see how people are getting the offers, two offers. So minimum you will have 2 to 5 offers in hand. Okay, two offers. This guy had 3 offers, something like this. So don't undersell. Just believe me. You don't need anything more than this. Whatever we are learning in this training, you don't need anything more than this, right? But SD plus S4 HANA, you cannot just go only with SD. If you want to make a career today in 2023 in SAP, any module, SD, MM, PP, QM, as I told you, you need SD plus S4 HANA, right? And as I told you, this training, whatever we are learning, is equivalent or more than 4 years of real-time experience. That means you will get into the industry with 4 years experience.